Hi everyone and welcome back to the Madden God. So I'm Max, your host, and this week I'm alone as sorry, something in my throat just now, like that, as I'm talking. That's not good. Better. So, as I was saying, I'm alone this week as Roxy is has her seminar or coming together, her school in San Antonio. So she will be back next week. So, all right. What am I going to talk about this week? Well, I'm going to talk about heart. So the heart, love. I think that we've been talking about a lot of things, and we talk a lot about many things that are related to creation, to how we create our reality, how do we position ourselves into that, what we perceive, our vibration, our abilities, right? We do all of that. Now, all of that is great. What I think is essential to understand here, though, because we do not point this out, in my opinion, enough, is that the truth of the matter is that we know really little about anything, because we have forgotten all of it, right? Creation, we don't know. We receive information, we receive some knowing, we interpret it. That's amazing. But at the end of the day, we are essentially talking about something of which we have little certainties. And what I'm often told by especially the Pleiadians is that it's much more complicated. There's much more in it than what you perceive, because what you perceive is limited by your being a human being and being separated and being unable to express all of your knowledge in this moment. You're just perceiving a little bit of it, even if that little bit is essentially proven or confirmed by your experience. You're able to look into it, to understand, and to know, right, to bring your knowledge and your understanding very far. You still have a lot to do in order to get there, to get to the understanding of how this works in a much farther than what you're doing right now. So that is to say that, for instance, when we say vibration, know your vibration, vibrate in a certain way, that's correct. However, that doesn't give you any, in any way, the opportunity to control your reality. If I vibrate positivity, I'll get positivity. If your co-creator is in a bad mood, in a very bad day, well, you can be as positive as you want. They're not giving you what you want, right? So it's there you see that expressing yourself in a certain way do not give you any guarantee of any results. First of all, because if you do that with the expectation of having an outcome, you are going to express lack, because you're expressing from a point of view of expectation, from the point of view of intention, and that doesn't work that way. So there's that point that has always to be reminded, because that's true that when you have intention, it doesn't matter, because you can express your intention. It doesn't mean that you are killing your future. It just means in this moment, I'm expressing that. What we tend to do is that in this moment, I express my intention, and I keep doing that. I keep holding that positioning, that resolution of intention, so that it's not just this moment, but I carry that in other moments. So that's why when I have the outcome doesn't look like what I want. But you see, all of this is very great, very technical. Oh, fantastic. I do this, and so I control my vibration, and then I'll get a different outcome. Yes, you'll get a different outcome from what you used to, but you cannot know what the outcome is. You cannot know. And there is where it becomes difficult, because the expectation is there in between. I do this, I expect a better outcome. Better, maybe it's not better, or your point of view is it's not better. But the actual fact is that you have a different outcome. That's what you were looking for. But there in that situation, there is the question, maybe your best outcome is not what you think. It's something different. Something different, meaning that there is something else that is there for you as a potential. And so that you want it is not your best, in your best interest, in your best outcome. And you do not know it because you have only a limited view of what is happening, right? So all of this is there and is true. So what I'm talking here about is that we have to keep in mind that there is no outcome, but that we cannot control. It's not a question of control, is that we do not know how many other factors are there in creation. So at the end of the day, we explore all of this. We gain a lot of sight. We can see our potentials. We can see what is going on, and recognize our positioning, our vibration. Am I vibrating lack? Am I vibrating guilt? Well, if I'm vibrating guilt, then yeah, punishment is a outcome that is very potentially quite sure to be there. In one way or another, I'll be punished, but I'll punish myself. That's the real truth. But that's gonna be there, right? Why many people that commits crime end up being caught and then prosecuted or having any sort of punishment doesn't need to be through the justice system. It can be something else, but there's a punishment that happened. It's because they know they were wicked, they know that they were guilty, they know that did something wrong, and so they punish themselves. But that's from the point of view of creation, obviously. From in the reality, in the physical, and this is another point that is very important, right? Is that I'm saying someone that is guilty of some stuff, they punish themselves. Oh, you hear they punish themselves, but who will punish themselves? Don't take it word for word in human meaning. When I say a guilty person punishes themselves, it's because they create their own punishment. No one is punishing them. No external is punishing them. The internal. So let me still very complicated language. I'll try to say it in a more clear way. There are two points of view here that we have to take under consideration. There's the point of view of the creator. There's the point of view of the human being. The creator has a point of view of unconditional. So there is a human being that is holding a belief system that they have been acting as a criminal, or they have done something that is bad, right? That's what the human is holding as a belief system. So the creator is receiving that, right? Is perceiving that. And so when I say they punish themselves, is that the creator is saying, oh, you feel guilty. Oh, then your vibration is that, then punishment is what your vibration is leading to. So that from the point of view, now we come to the point of view of the human. Then the human is caught and goes into the justice system and got some prison time. Or they have been cheating on someone and they get caught and it ends up in separation, divorce, right? That you can take that in any direction you want. That's the point of view. That's the physicality, how the vibration of guilt is then translated into reality. So this is to say that there is more in the to be considered when we want to explore creation than what we perceive. And whatever we perceive, that more come. We will discover that as we go along, right? We know right now all we need to know in this moment. But where I want to go with this is to say that therefore, whatever vision we may have of creation, whatever belief we can hold about that, when we then try to understand anything or to go in any direction, the thing is hold the moment. The moment is what you need to be. That's where what you need. That's where you are. Being in the moment. And being in the moment centered and accepting to interact with whatever is your moment, to explore it and to let yourself guide it by the moment. That's essential. But also then to be present, to be in your body. So many human beings are not in their body. They are just not there. They refuse. They are a bird. They are conflicted and not liking being a human being, and so they try to escape. But there is no escaping being a human being. You are human. You have a body, and those things are not created just for the showing. You have a body because there's a need of a body when you are a human being. And so being present in your body is essential. It's essential in order to navigate your moment, to navigate your life, to navigate whatever experience you're having. Be present in your body because that is a constant, that is a truth that you can say. We are creating ourselves with a body. And so we need to be present in that body, because our energies that we use in order to navigate this reality, they go through our body. There's no other way to say this. The body is part of our entering this human reality. So this is part of the work, absolutely part of the work. You can tell yourself any story you want about being whatever you want. In this moment, you are expressing human. And that is the same with your interactions with your, let's say, co-creators, but with your reality. And it's full of co-creators. And it's full of every sort of being, because everything is alive, everything is a being, and everything is having an experience and a point of view, obviously. So for me, that means that when I'm here creating as a human being, interacting with other human beings, I'm interacting with a reality, and all of that is real. I'm creating my reality, correct, but I'm not creating the existence of my co-creators. They are real, they are true, they do exist, and we do interact, right? And also with that, what we have to keep in mind is that, I don't know why, but there you go. We have to keep in mind that they are real. We interpret their existence, meaning I'm giving everything that I'm interacting with in this moment, I'm giving it a shape, I've given it a form, I'm giving it an interpretation that belongs to me. Absolutely, but what doesn't belong to me is the existence of these beings. They do exist. Our interaction is real. It is real for me, it is real for them. And this is what is essential to understand and not to forget when we get into creation. It's fantastic, yes, fantastic to understand, fantastic to whatever, but don't forget you are a human being. In this moment, that's what you are expressing. Are you the creator? Of course you are the creator. That's never away. It's always there. It's always the truth. But that truth doesn't have to give you an escape from your body, which is what I've been confronted with a lot. People that are not in their body, that are not present, because they think that they can escape human, that it doesn't matter. I'm the creator, I can stay out of my body, who cares? Well, your body cares, your creator cares, and your energies cares, because you're not in your present, you're not there. So when you're not in your body, what is that? It's that you're not using your energies. You're not allowing your energy, your potential to be expressed. You're not allowing yourself to use the full scale of your potential as a human being. You're opposing human. So you're opposing what you are in this moment. And so you're not allowing the full potential of you to be expressed. again, the creator is unconditional. He doesn't put his nose in the way you choose to express yourself. You just say, all right, that's what you want, that's what you get. Because that's the experience. You lead the experience in the sense that you are giving the inputs. You are saying, let's attract. Good. So what are we going to attract? Well, what is a match? What is a match? Well, what you are vibrating. Right? In other words, what you put out is what you get. In other words, is that you are expressing in this moment human, so that you are totally and completely committed to this reality. It's not a full-time job in the sense that that's not all you are, and you navigate your different incarnations, your different beings that you are as a creator, because you are all of that, right? All of those things at the same moment as all of that is happening. But even when you see, when we talk about that, saying everything is happening at the same moment, that's the best way we can express it, because we are saying time is not real. Time doesn't explain how things are happening in creation. And that is certainly true for us in third dimension, where we are. To say everything is happening at the same moment means that there is no time and all is happening now. So that what is in history is not history in the sense I have to go back 2,000 years if I want to be in the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire is happening now. So if I want to experience the Romans during the Roman Empire, I have to change the moment. That's all I have to do. I don't need to go back in time. I have to go from this moment to the moment of the Roman Empire. That's how it works. But I cannot go there because I'm not vibrating that. I'm vibrating this now. And I'm matching this now. And so that's my experience. But that to explain how, but that is what we get here. It's our understanding. It's our expression. Is that a standard throughout creation? I don't know. I cannot give a final response to that because I'm not sure. I don't know whether the idea of moment, it's really what we are experiencing in the wall of creation. I'd say probably it's more complicated than that. There is more into that than just moment to moment to moment. And so, again, this to give an idea of how things are that we are expressing. We are giving already a wonderful idea of what this reality is. We get that. We have that. There's much more. That's why do not take everything at face value. Do not take it so that every word has to be a truth. Keep in mind, there's more. And we will discover more things to give us more insight, more understanding as we keep doing this work. And so when I think then how do I relate to my reality? How do I relate with what is happening, what we're doing, and creation and all of that? Well, the best thing to do, as I said already, is to center yourself in your body, in your heart center, heart chakra, and experience the moment. Let yourself be guided by the moment and go with that flow. That's the best thing to do, because you can try to explain everything and give yourself a lot of stuff, etc., etc. But the fact is that you're having experiences, and in those experiences you have co-creators that are there with you. You have other people, other humans. Calling them co-creators, maybe it's not the best way to make you realize you are having an experience with people and other beings, right? And animals, whether it's pet, whether it's other animals, etc., trees, natures, and then ED, obviously too. It's all of that is always present. You're having that, so that is happening. So as you are here and you let yourself being guided by the moment, well, that's your moment. Do not, because then you'd be just a piece of garbage. Do not think that because you understand creation, you have a view of creation, that you can look down at other people because they are dumb, they don't understand, or whatever. Respect, because first of all, that is not respectful of yourself. It's always about you, not about them, right? Primarily. But if you do not respect the people that are interacting with you because you think that they don't get it, well, then you're not respecting yourself either. And primarily. And first of all, remember that is not about them, it's about you, first of all. So center, heart centered, and love, the unconditional. The love is the unconditional. Because you are expressing the unconditional always, even when you are conditioning yourself, is an expression for our reality, but it is unconditional in the end of the day. How could it be in any other way? It's like you are limiting yourself, yes, for the experience, but that's the experience as human. The truth is that you are not limited, right? But again, we have more than just one point of view. There's the human point of view, where there's the limitations, where there are all the pain and discrimination and sorrow and happiness and those things. And then there is the creator point of view, which is a point of view of unconditional. And you're expressing all of that at the same moment. We all are. That is why keeping ourselves heart-centered and open and observing our moment to have an understanding of ourselves and understanding what is happening. Yes, that's amazing. That's the way to go. To then progress, to then evolve, the evolution of the self. But then again, and I'm insisting on this because I think that is really important, your reality is your body. Primarily, that's your house. Your body is your ally. Your body is your first expression of yourself. Love it. Accept it. whatever it is. First of all, because it's not the end of you, but it is the expression of you here in this reality. And by doing that, keep your presence. Work to be in your body. And another thing that I've just realized is that there's a co-creator, or there are co-creators that are always present with us in every moment, which are the elements, which for me I express them as Gaia. Gaia is always present in our creation as humans because we inhabit Gaia, and Gaia is, well, the elements are always expressed, used in the way Gaia is presented, right? Water, fire, earth, and air, always there, because we breathe air, and what we eat is the result of earth, right? All the greenery, right? All of that comes from earth. The transformation of the energy that then gives us the earth expression, the expression of the nature and all of that. So that is always present with us in this reality. So we are never alone. Always we create with those beings, with those presents. Always. Cannot be in any other way, because that's the expression of Mother Earth. So being present, heart-centered, opens up your reality, your potentials, your energy flows, and so you can obtain then a reality where you can explore your will as close as you can go to the expression of your will. Still, as humans, right now, we are not yet able to express fully and freely our will so that we can get exactly what we want. I want an ice cream. There you got the ice cream, right? No, that's not the way we can do it. If I want an ice cream, I have to go to the shop to buy the ice cream. But I have that potential. I open up that potential for myself by being as present as possible, heart-centered, allowing the energy to flow freely, and with that's my power. That's what I am. And so that I'm able then to explore my reality in a new way, in a more interesting way. Yes, that's absolutely possible, and they're available for each one and every one of us as soon as we get into our body, our wonderful body. And that gives us access to the love that we are, the energy, the pure energy that we are made of. Love, the unconditional. And that is the essence of the work that I do, is to value the human for the human, as the human, understanding that is the expression that we have chosen, because we are choosing to be here. It's not a that we are pushed, that we are given no choice to be here. No one is putting a knife under our throat saying, go be a human right now or I kill you. That doesn't happen. We choose to be here. And it's a wonderful experience. Or we won't be here. No one will be here if they didn't choose to. Now, the human experience can be tough very often, especially when we get into everything that can happen. But now everything can happen and everything is experienced. We got all the range of all those experiences. We got that. Whether in this life or another life, we got them. So that now, as we explore what is our experience right now, then we have to admit that those potentials of harm that can happen, they're not happening to us right now. Some may have happened in our memory, in our past, right? That it may have. But that we are here experiencing death. So that is what we chose. And we're choosing to explore evolution, evolving ourselves into a new version of ourselves, more enlightened, more awake, more aware, more able to express the potential of our abilities, bringing our abilities as humans to a new level of expression, which is something that we could already do, but we don't because that's not part of our convention. Because there is, in the way we express our reality, there are some conventions linked to our collective. The collective is giving us some perimeters. Can I say perimeters? Is that even a word in English? Some ideas of what is possible and not possible. And even if I have the opportunity to just disregard that from moment to moment, essentially we do take in those information and we use them to create. And remember, we are a collective. That we are a collective all the moments, all the time. And as part of the human collective, the collective is present with us all the time. We don't remember it, we do not see it, we do not feel it because that's what we have chosen, but that is the fact. We are a collective. How does a collective work? Well, the collective, the thing is that you as an individuum, you have your experience. And your experience, though, is part of the collective experience. So the collective has some sort of guidance, some sort of, I don't know how to express it, but is that it's not that I'm limited, is that I'm part of a collective. So what the collective decides to explore, I'm exploring. Because the collective is creating as much as I am creating. So when you look into experiences like COVID is a collective experience. So the collective has decided to experience COVID. I didn't create it, the collective did. And so when I'm here in my reality, in 2020, COVID is present as a collective experience. Where then you have the shutdown, you have this, you have that. So the collective is real. and the experiences from the collective as real too. Never forget that. You see, that's what I'm talking about, is that you are, as a human being, considering the creation of your reality, and you are considering it as a individuated experience, and then you forget the collective. You forget Earth, Gaia. You forget this, you forget that, because what we are doing is much more complicated than simply saying, I create my reality. There is more in the picture. And in that more, a lot is still not explored. We're going to explore it for sure. That's why keeping the self, when you keep yourself open and into the exploration, into the moment, into your body. There you go. There you are in the best position in your body, grounded in your heart center. You are in the best position to experience, to explore, to understand. You are giving yourself the opportunity, that opportunity, to lead yourself into the discovery of what you are and how you are doing this. Yeah. And this experience as a human being, again, is a choice. We choose it. No one forced us. And is an amazing experience, as every experience is amazing. But this is what we choose to have right now. And the fact that we choose it tells you what? Tells you that this is the expression of your highest potential, of your highest moment, is right here, right now, being a human being. As you are experiencing that, expressing that in every other incarnation, in every other ED expression that you are. But that is not here and now. That's another now. This now, that's what you are. And here I've been exploring with you different avenues of evolution, of exploration. The moment, we know little of the moment, and we know little of how we experience moment after moment after moment, and what happens when and it's not even what happens, but the fact that that is what we are able to perceive as humans, and that's our experience. Is that the experience of all of creation? We don't know. My guess is there's more in the picture than what we perceive. And what we perceive is good for human. Is that for other dimensions and other beings that are expressing a different vibration, a different reality? I don't know. But what I know is that as we are experiencing, as the what we do in creation is that we experience, and we are experiencing all that is available. Well, we are experiencing in other dimension, in other words, different way of expression. So the experience is going to be different, and we are unable to put to put a name and anything about that because we don't know. It's not our experience. We do not need to know it. What we know is human. Don't go and try to figure out what is not human. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't, and you don't need to. But you see, that's an avenue of exploration and to open up our minds whenever that is possible in the moment. Another exploration is the exploration of our co-creator, Gaia, the elements that are always present with us. We are expressing that in a certain way, but there are other ways to express that co-creation. We're not experiencing that yet because our experience is this experience. But we can express all of those elements in a different way, which is part of our evolution. The collective, our experience with the collective, how do we explore that? How is it part of our evolution? Well, that is what we are going to explore very soon when we will realize, we will enter into our knowledge and recognition of the collective. That's there, not that far away, because we are a collective, and so it's what we are. But we don't know. We don't feel it, but it's there. So when the collective explores certain global events, I said COVID, but global change is another global. It's an expression of the collective. You have our technology is expressed through the collective. How does our technology evolve? As the collective allows new discoveries, new technology to come through, then we discover new things that are possible for us. And there is a lot that is happening with that. And sometimes suddenly, it happened to me that suddenly I discover that certain technology is exploited in this reality, and I had no idea. And I'm sure that just the day before that was not there. But right, that's part of how we go from timeline to moment, is that the new moment, when you go into a new moment, what is available is different. It's not necessarily linked to the previous moment because you are changing. You can jump from one to another. So technology changes with that. The expression of the collective changes with that. Still the same collective, but the collective experience evolves as you evolve. But you evolve because the collective evolves, and the collective evolves because you evolve. It's all linked. So you see, even there, you cannot discount it because it's part of your experience. You do not need to dive into it because we are doing without that knowledge, right? Until you know the collective is there. Now we know, I know that the collective is real and experiencing, and so what the collective is presenting to me is part of my reality, is part of my experience. I cannot just refuse it. I have to integrate that into my experience, even though I don't need to go to I don't need to take that as my primer experience, because my my main experience is me. And that's how we experience here. But now I know the collective, so I cannot ignore it. Unless I want to, and that's fine too, right? It's not that there is, but I have that presented to me. And that is why I say heart-centered. Remember, love and heart-centered. I work to uplift the human, to support the human, to give the opportunity to everyone to discover the self and to discover the being that we are, that you are, that they are, a being of love, a being that has a potential, a being that can have love, express love, and be fully and completely all of that with no restriction. Whatever the restriction may have been, wherever anyone comes from, we can transition now into a different expression, a different reality where we do not need the pain. We do not need to go through all of that we used to, because now we perceive ourselves in a different way. And that happens. That happens when you love yourself, when you give yourself that opportunity. Are you going to experience only happiness? Hell no. That's not our reality right now. That's not there yet. But it's even not the question of having only happiness. Happiness is still part of experiencing emotions at a human level. Emotions have to be evolved into a level of emotion that is not entangling our experience into losing our contact with our body, with our reality, because emotions tend to push us out of our body, out of the experience, right? And you can see that people that experience pure joy, they lose themselves. They are out of their body. Look at sportmen and sport women when they win or they do something, they go, also work out to get into infinity. They are out of their body. They get out of it. They cannot control their emotions. So they are out instantly. That's what I'm talking about, right? The emotion has to be evolved into a new expression which doesn't bring us out of our body. As being present in our body is absolutely what we are here for. We're here to express human. We're not here to express I'm running away or to say, oh, I refuse it. Well, you can, obviously, and that's why we can do it. But again, when you do that, you are not present. You're not having the best expression of your energy and the best use of your energies. You are limiting yourself. So, heart-centered, unconditional love yourself. And you love yourself, you go into your body. And you can have bad days. You can have days where we all are. We're humans exploring. We get, because we're not able to have to express our vibration in a constant way. Go up, down, up, down, up, down. That happens. That's fine. Because that's the experience. Then you remember, oh wait, I was expressing such emotions that were bringing me out of the body because it was very intense, an intense pain or an intense joy or whatever. Oh no, okay, now I see that. Let's get back into the body. into the experience. Yeah. And it's fine. We do experience. We are here for that. And it's not bad. Even whatever. I'm telling what the best way to be human and to integrate our body, and what that opens up. Then again, it goes farther because there are many other factors. But if you are able to express these factors already, that's perfect. The rest will follow when it follows, right? Okay, fantastic. So, thank you for joining me today for our Madden God weekly dose, weekly ascension, and expression. So you can find me on my website, breakfastwithmax.com, and you can message me, contact me, and I'm exploring now my healing work. So there's the Healing with Max experience that I'm exploring and putting out there with Reiki, sound bath, and so on forward. And it's an amazing experience. As it's my joy to evolve and to help support the healing of everyone and anyone. And my magic stones, the stones that I'm enchanting for protection, supporting, supporting the being in having more faith, more trust in the self, bringing peace, internal peace in the living space, etc., etc. So I do that with my magic, and so that is available. Contact me if you have any questions, and if you have any question for the Madden God podcast, we'll send them at maddengodpodcast@gmail.com. And so next week we will be back with Roxy for new adventures. Thank you and goodbye.